The theme of class tonight is breakthroughs, in part because I've had the doors stuck in my head all day, and in part because I've been feeling a little bit of resistance in my own practice, and also with finding a new thing to teach too after running through some of our more anatomy-based classes. And so I turned to the Barone Baptiste book, Journey into Power today, just read on this a little bit, and a few things stuck out to be here. And one is a quote by Khalil Gibran, which is, "The pain you feel is the breaking of the shell that encloses you." And so I encourage you to focus on when things might get a little hard or we're doing something unusual today, just focus on breathing and recentering yourself and letting go rather than holding on a bit too hard here. And so to start our letting go, let's get into child's pose. Toes together, knees wide, back of your mat. And just start to settle in here. You can close your eyes or keep them open. Just let your day drop away and then start to breathe in and out. And bring your focus to right here, right now, and nowhere else. Roll your toes, press firmly through your hands, and come on up to downward facing dog. Take any movements here that you need to shake the day out of your body. Maybe pedal out your feet, wiggle your hips back and forth. And after you've done that, come to stillness in your down dog. Extend through your hamstrings and point your tailbone up toward the ceiling. Press down through your heels. Bring the pit of your belly in and up, and press firmly through your hands so that the whole back of your body feels awake and alive. Let your head hang, choosing a spot between your feet on which to focus your gaze. Engage your biceps and your triceps to lift the weight out of your shoulders and out of your elbows, using these big muscles in between our joints to take the pressure and relieve our joints of that jaw. Come to the front of your mat and hang in a ragdoll. Capture your opposite elbows with the other hand. And begin to breathe. Breathe into your hamstrings. Breathe into the soles of your feet. Stretch your toes out away from your heels and make your feet as long as possible. Let the crown of your head grow heavy. Switch your grip to the other way. And release your bind and heel toe your feet together. On one long inhale, one vertebrae at a time, roll up to standing. Bring your hands high overhead. As you exhale, ground through your feet. Take another inhale, reaching your heart and fingertips high. And exhale, bring your hands to heart center. We'll open with our Om. So let's take a clearing breath first. So big inhale through your nose. And exhale through your mouth. And now let's Om. Om. Inhale, reach up, look up. And exhale, fold, bringing your heart down, knees soft. Inhale to halfway lift, extending your spine long. And exhale, step back to high plank and fold. Firm up your quads and bring the front of your pelvis up. And send your tailbone down towards your heels. Bring your heart forward and your front ribs together. At any time, you can drop to your knees, but go ahead and stay in a high plank and just breathe here. Activating your abs to fold you up. Think light thoughts, they make you light in practice. Inhale, rock forward over your fingertips. And exhale, lower halfway down till your arms are at a right angle. Take another inhale here and hold. Exhale. Then flip your feet. Inhale up to upward facing dog. Rolling your inner thighs up to the ceiling. And then exhale your hips high to downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here and reacquaint yourself with your body now that you've done a few poses. Continue to press down firmly through your hands and send your hips high. Now let's do our little warm-up. These sun A's and sun B's can bring up a lot of resistance, and that they're hard, and it's a warm-up, so you want to feel like doing them. The important thing is just to keep going, whether you're with my pace or not, and keep breathing, and let your thoughts turn to your practice instead of whatever else is going on around you. So let's flow. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step or jump between your hands. Inhale to halfway lift, and exhale to fold. Inhale, rise all the way up to standing, reaching long, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, step or jump back, high to low plank with your exhale. When you're empty, inhale to upward facing dog, and exhale your hips high, down dog. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step or jump between your hands. Inhale, halfway lift, reaching long, and exhale to fold. Inhale, rise up, look up, and exhale, bring the crown of your head down, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, step or jump back, high plank to low plank, hugging in. Inhale, upward facing dog, and exhale, hips high, down dog. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step or jump to your hands. Inhale to halfway lift, and exhale to fold. Inhale, rise up, stretch tall, and exhale, come all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, step or jump back, high to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog, press down to lift, and exhale, hips high, down dog. Let's flow that one final time, then we'll move on to our sun B's. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step or jump to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale to fold. Inhale, root down to rise up, spark your fingertips open, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step or jump back, high to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog, and exhale, down dog. Inhale, look forward between your hands. Exhale, step or jump to the top of your mat. Inhale to halfway lift, and exhale to fold. Inhale your hips low and hands high, coming into chair pose, and hold. Press your heels down and forward. Stretch your toes away from your heels. With this in place, you can soften your hip creases and sit down a little bit lower. Bring your front ribs together to give your arm bones the space they need to come up by your ears. And if your thighs start to burn, that is the point. You'll live through a little bit of burning. It's good for you. Just a couple more breaths here. You can hold it. One more big inhale in, tuck your chest up, and exhale, fold over your feet. Inhale to halfway lift, bringing your heart forward. And exhale, step or jump back, high to low plank. Inhale to upward facing dog, press down to lift up. And exhale, hips high, down dog. Step your right foot forward, spin your left heel down, and inhale up to warrior one. Exhale to sink down into your front leg. Engage your hamstrings and your quads on both of your legs so you can plug your hip bones in and squeeze your outer hips together to give you a strong platform to raise your upper body up from which to raise your upper body, says the grin without seeing my head. Inhale, reach up, look up, and exhale your hands to the mat, high to low plank. Inhale to upward facing dog, and exhale your hips high to down dog. Step your left foot forward, spin your right heel flat to the mat, and inhale it up to warrior one on the left. Squeeze your inner thighs together and stretch your toes away from your heels, even here. Swing that left butt cheek under you to lift up. Bring your front ribs together as you lift your back ribs up away from your pelvis. And then exhale, release your hands to your mat, high to low plank. Inhale to upward facing dog, and exhale your hips high, down dog. Take a few breaths here to reset, collect, get on the same page together. And then we'll floor some V sequence, one breath per movement. Hopefully you're getting a little bit warm now. I know I am in the garage in late August. Inhale, look forward between your hands. Exhale, step or jump to the front of your mat. Inhale to halfway lift, pressing your thigh bones back. And exhale to fold. Inhale your hips low, hands high to chair. And exhale, melt over your knees. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, step or jump back, high to low plank. Inhale to upward facing dog, spread your toes out. And exhale, hips high, down dog. Right foot steps forward. Inhale as you come up, warrior one. And exhale your hands to the mat, high to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, hips high, down dog. Left foot steps forward. Inhale to come on up, raising your chest up. And exhale your hands to the mat, high to low plank. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, down dog. We're going to flow twice more. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step or jump to your hands. Inhale to halfway lift. And exhale to fold. Stretch those feet long as you inhale up into your chair pose. And exhale, fold over your feet. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, high to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, hips high, down dog. Right foot steps forward. Inhale to come up into your warrior one. And exhale your hands down. Flow high to low. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, hips high, down dog. Left foot steps forward. Inhale to come up into your warrior one on the left. And exhale your hands to the mat. High to low plank. Inhale to upward facing dog. And exhale, hips high to down dog. Last time through, let's make it in the home stretch. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step or jump to your hands. Inhale to halfway lift. And exhale to fold. Inhale on up into your chair, strong chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, step or jump back, high to low. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Right foot steps forward. Inhale up to your warrior one. Exhale your hands to the mat. High to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog, hugging in. And exhale, down dog. Left foot comes forward. Inhale on up into your warrior one. And release down to your mat. High to low plank. Inhale to upward facing dog. And exhale, hips high, down dog. Woo! Once again, we'll take a few breaths here. To get seated in our down dogs, we collect meat all together before we flow into the meat and potatoes of practice. Lift your tailbone high and press your heels low. Open up space on the back of your legs. And treat your hands like you're opening pickle jars to open up, without moving them on that, to open up space in your shoulders so that down dog can become a relaxed, resting posture as well as an active, engaged one. It's that Sthira and Sukha, that balance between effort and ease that we want to bring into all the yoga stuff. That little place where you don't want to be doing this anymore, you have to come down for a second, do it, and then come right back up. But that little place where you don't want to be doing it anymore, that's that edge where you really start to learn. Inhale your right heel high. Press firmly through both of your hands and lift up through the outside of your left hip to balance yourself as you engage your right hamstring to lift that heel even higher. And exhale, step softly between your hands, heel first, and inhale on up into crescent lunge. Take a look at your back foot, and if you're really sagging your heel toward the ground, go ahead and just wiggle your foot back so your heel straps directly over your toes. Engage your quads once more so you can hug your outer hips in and still be stable, reaching up high to the ceiling in this pose. And then out and exhale, when you're totally empty, bring your hands to heart center and twist on over to the right. Bring the front of your pelvis up and descend your tailbone towards your left heel. So you have the room to exhale and twist more fully in your spine. Bring your gaze down to your right foot and start to bring more of your weight into your right foot, throwing light in your left foot, and then step your left foot up to your right. So now you're in your chair twist. Press your knee firmly to your elbow and your elbow into your knee. Then bring your front ribs together so you can lift your back ribs up away from your pelvis. Extend those toes out far from your heels again. And release, come to center, inhale your chest high. And then exhale, release, fold over your feet. Spread them out as wide as your hips, it's about 2 fists. And grab your big toes with your peace sign fingers. Bring the pit of your belly in and up, and halfway lift, pressing your thigh bones toward the wall behind you. Then exhale, fold, pulling on your toes, engaging your quadriceps so that your hammies can release, and your spine can release. You can shake your head out yes and no, ending on a yes, nodding. Your body remembers that stuff. And breathe. Release your grip. Heel toe your feet together. Inhale to halfway lift, keeping your belly in. And exhale, step or jump back, high to low plank. Inhale to upward facing dog. And exhale, hips high, downward facing dog. Inhale your left heel high. Press firmly through your hands and lift the outside of your right butt up to square yourself up. Engage that left hamstring to lift your heel even higher. And then exhale, step between your hands. Heel first, softly as possible. And inhale on up to your crescent lunge. Give this heel a little check. So you need to wiggle it back farther. And as you do extend your crescent lunge, it's going to feel weird. It's going to feel wobbly. It's going to feel uncomfortable. And that is the point. We want it to be comfortable. We all be sitting on our couches eating ice cream. Which is definitely what I'm doing after this. On an exhale, with all of your air gone, bring your hands to heart center and twist over to the right. Press through your right toes to bring that hip forward, and through your left heel to bring your left hip back. Bringing your hips into a line, a balanced line, so that the twist is true. And if you're having trouble, if you think you should be going deeper into a pose and you're not there yet, and squaring you up makes you feel like you're not going as deep or working as well, that's not true. It's just different. Working different muscles. Look down at your left foot. Bring your weight in there, grow light to your right, and then step your right foot forward to meet your left in a twisted chair. And sometimes doing these poses, quote unquote, incorrectly, like out of alignment, feels good in different muscles, and that's an okay choice to make. Just make sure it's a choice and not a default because you want things to be easier or you don't feel like getting into it today. You can always back out of a pose, but don't cheat yourself. Release it. Inhale, come up to your chair. Exhale, sink a little bit lower. Another big inhale to puff your chest up. And exhale, fold over your feet. Split the hips width again. And slide your upturned hands under your feet for a little bit of gorilla pose. Give your wrists a massage with your toes. It doesn't gross you out too much. Sometimes it grosses me out and I can't do it. And really take the opportunity to swing your weight into the pads of your feet, the front of your feet there. So you can pull with some air, some daylight into your spine. Release your feet, or hands, heel to your feet together. Inhale to halfway lift. And exhale, step or jump back, flow through your high to low. Inhale to upward facing dog. Spread your toes and really press down with your feet. And exhale, hips high to down dog. We're spending a little extra time in our down dogs after transitions today to really get a sense for how this can be a resting pose. With holding down dogs multiple times during practice is geeking out your wrists. Press down through your knuckles more. I also invite you to roll up a towel or the edge of your mat to make more of a cushion beneath the heel of your hands, because then you'll naturally push down through your fingertips more. Inhale your right heel high. Spin your right armpit toward the ground if it's popped up, and lift the outside of your left hip up. And then exhale, bring your right foot to step by your right hand. Spin your left heel down to your mat and inhale up to warrior one. Press through your left heel to bring that hip forward. And press through your right toes to pull that outer hip back. Inhale your chest up. And exhale, open up to your warrior two. Hug your inner thighs together and lift the front of your pelvis up. And then exhale your shoulder blades down your back. Flip your front palm and inhale, reverse your warrior. And exhale, come down into extended side angle with your right hand on top of your knee or on the inside of it, pushing out. Inhale to express your chest forward. And then if it's calling to you today, take the bind. Bring your left hand behind you and reach for your right hip crease. And then take your right hand underneath you to reach for your left hand. No matter where you are, breathe your heart forward with your inhales. And exhale, at the bottom of your exhale, twist open more to face your heart toward the ceiling. Release your bind if you have it. Come back to extended side angle. And now stay with me for a second. Bring your left hand down to the mat and step your right foot on top of your left for side plank. Bring the front of your pelvis up and send your tailbone down to your heels, squeezing your thigh muscles tight to the bone so you can really use that left oblique to lift your hips up higher. Another big inhale here. And exhale, release, chaturanga, high or low plank. Inhale to upward facing dog. And exhale your hips high to down dog. Inhale your left heel high. Hug your outer hips in to lift that left hamstring a little bit higher. Then exhale, bring your foot to step by your left hand. Spin your right heel down and inhale up onto your warrior one. Squeeze your inner thighs together and squeeze your heels together to give you the stability to square your hips. Really reach up with those hands. Inhale your heart high and exhale, open up to warrior two. Bring that left hip underneath you and press through your right heel to squeeze your inner thighs together. Reach for either wall with your fingertips. And flip your left hand and go up and back and do reverse warrior. And exhale, come into extended side angle. With your left arm on the inside of your knee, pressing it out toward your pinky toe, or on top of your leg for additional support. Stay here, or take the bind. Bring your right hand to your left hip crease, then reaching underneath your left leg with your left arm to meet the right. Inhale your chest forward, and exhaling all your air out, turn your heart up to the ceiling. These warrior poses are definitely ones that, make the burn happen. And they're so good for your hips. I have a very love-hate relationship with this part of the practice. Release the bind if you have it and come up to extended side angle. Inhale long, and bring your right hand down and bring your left foot to stack on top of your right in a side plank. Squeezing your front of your pelvis up and descending your tailbone towards your heels. Inhale, lift your hips a bit higher, and exhale, flow through high to low plank. Inhale into your upward facing dog, pulling your chest through your shoulders. And exhale your hips high. Downward facing dog. We'll take a few breaths here. And try our hand at some balancing. The balancing poses we do in these classes which we call the equanimity series, or a different kind of resistance, a different kind of letting go. They may not be quite so fiery, but they're certainly difficult in their own right, and definitely an exercise in letting go. Inhale, look forward between your hands. Exhale to step or jump to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, bring your chest forward, and exhale to fold. Inhale, roll all the way up to standing, bringing your hands overhead. And then exhale, come into eagle on the right. Bring your right arm under your left and your right leg over your left. Press forward through your left heel and release your hip creases down. This helps you to stack your shoulders over your hips, which gives you a bit more balance, is what I was going to finish saying there, and my mind went blank for a second. But that is some letting go. Told you guys I was a pro. And release, stand up. And exhale, come into eagle on the left. Bring your left arm under your right, and your left leg up and over your right. And release, stand all the way up. Bring your hands overhead. And exhale, bring them down to your sides. Inhale your right knee up into your chest. Firm up your quad and hamstring and kick that heel out in front of you. And then exhale, hinge back into an airplane pose. Bring your belly in and up. Engage both of your quadriceps. Find a little up dog in your chest, raising your heart up and forward. And squeeze those fingertips together along your back. The more you use the big muscles in your arms and legs in this pose, the more stability you'll have. And then release your hands to your heart center. Take a breath in. And then start to open up into half moon. Stamp your right foot on the wall behind you like you're going to step on it. And open up your arms. Feel free to rest your left hand on the ground or a block or a chair. And see if you can walk your gaze up to your right hand. If you fall out, come right back in and give it another shot. This is one of those poses that definitely takes all of the migraine and in these poses that are a little more difficult, I find my greatest utility in that whole mental release thing is in the non-judgment of how it goes. Sometimes it goes well, sometimes it doesn't. Go ahead and release down. We'll meet in a forward fold. Take a ragdoll, capturing your opposite elbows with the other hand. Release your hands, heel toe your feet together. And inhale, roll all the way up to standing, bringing your arms overhead. Exhale them down to your side, like Tadasana. Press down through your feet, stretch your toes away from your heels, and firm up your legs. And with this grounding motion, feel your heart raise, and lift the crown of your head toward the ceiling above you. Inhale your left knee up into your chest. And engaging the big muscles on your left leg, kick your heel all the way forward. And then exhale, hinge back into an airplane. Bring the outside of your right hip up and the outside of your left hip down. Square your hips back up. And squeeze those pinkies together on your back. Release your hands to heart center, breathe into prayer, and then go for half moon on this side. Engaging your quads and hamstrings, and plug those legs into your hips, engaging your outer glutes, those gluteus medius, squeezing them in to really give you that stability. And if you're watching me, do as I say, not as I do. This is one of the most challenging poses for me. And I also have a lot of fun falling in and out of it. It's never boring, is all I have to say. And go ahead and release down. Take another ragdoll here. Take the opposite grip of what you did last time. And find a soft sway back and forth, front to back. Shake it out. And however your half moons went today, throw that away. You don't need to carry that with you for the rest of practice. Nobody needs either a judgmental voice or too much hubris. Release your grip and heel till your feet together. Inhale to halfway lift and exhale to fold. Step your left leg behind you, coming into a low lunge. Pull your right hip back and your left hip forward. Bring your belly up and express your chest out through the middle of your shoulders. Inhale your spine long, and exhale, bring your back knee down. And bring your hands to the top of your right thigh, a little bit in front of your knee, and press forward, letting your hips drop. Inhale your chest high, and exhale to let them drop. You should feel a big, juicy stretch on the front of your left hip flexor. Inhale your hands up overhead if you want. You're working on that shoulder positioning or want to keep your heart rate up. And release your hands down to either side of your right foot. And keeping that back knee down, press back into a half split. Keep your belly in and your chest forward, curling your toes back toward your shin. And breathe into that hamstring to experience a large opening. And tense your quadricep to let your hammy know it's okay to let go. And release. Step to the front of your mat once more, both feet together, forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift, pressing your thigh bones toward the wall behind you, and exhale to fold. Step your right foot back into a low lunge. Pull the outside of your left hip back, the outside of your right hip forward. Inhaling your chest through your hands and exhaling to bring that belly in. And drop your right knee down and bring your hands to your left thigh. Inhale your chest high and exhale to hug in and let your hips drop forward, stretching out your right hip flexor. And bring your hands up if that's attractive to you on this side. No matter what you're doing, breathe in, breathe and lean into that stretch. Breathe all the air and life into that big stretch. These can be just as resistance filled as really engaging that muscle. It's not comfortable to stretch. It's rarely comfortable to stretch. And it's one of the best things you can do for yourself. And then bring your hands down to either side of your left foot. And press back into that half split. Once again, curling your toes back toward your shins. Inhale your chest forward and exhale. Let your head droop over your leg. Breathe into that big opening on your hamstring. Tensing that quadricep to let your hammy know it's okay to be really gooey and put some love here. And release. Bring your feet together at the top of your mat. Inhale to halfway lift. And exhale, take a chaturanga, or just, up dog, down dog, or just meet back in downward facing dog, however you want to get there. Inhale your right heel high. Exhale to hold and press. Inhale to lift it even higher. Then exhale to step it by your right hand. Spin your left heel down and straighten your front leg as you come on up into a triangle pose. Stretch your toes out away from your heels and squeeze your heels together to activate your inner thighs and give you the mobility to really stretch forward with your spine. You can dilate between each vertebrae. Once you have that long spine, exhale completely and turn your right ribs under to face your heart to the ceiling. And exhale, release, fold over your front foot. Step your left foot in forward slightly to the side so your heel can remain down. Then you take a halfway lift, reaching forward with your heart. And exhale, fold over in a pyramid pose, releasing your head down to hang heavy. Bring your left hip forward and your right back to square up here. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, chaturanga, high to low. Inhale to upward facing dog, pressing down to lift up. And exhale, hips high, downward facing dog. Inhale your left heel high. Exhale to hold and press through your 3 points on the ground. Inhale that heel even higher. And exhale, bring your left foot to step by your left hand. Spin your right heel down and straighten your left leg as you come on up to triangle pose. Bring the pit of your belly in and up to lift the front of your pelvis toward your low ribs. And exhale to pop your butt back toward the wall behind you. And release, fold over your left leg. Step your right foot in slightly and a bit to the side to give yourself room to get into this pyramid pose. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Let the crown of your head hang heavy over your left leg. Press through your right heel to bring your right hip forward. Press through your left foot to bring your left foot back to straight up. Breathe into wherever you're tight here, whatever's coming up. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, chaturanga, high low plank. Inhale to upward facing dog, and exhale, come back to a low plank. Inhale to high plank, And exhale, down dog. Let's do one more funky push-up, huh? Inhale, come forward to high plank. Exhale, lower to low plank, coming in. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale to low plank. Inhale, high plank. And exhale, down dog. Let's do a rule of threes. We'll do one more of those. And now that you know where we're going, it might be a little easier. So inhale, come forward into high plank. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, down dog. And then just come on down to your belly, however you want to get there. And set up for our belly back bends. With an inhale, come on up into locust pose. And today, keep your legs zipped up behind you. Really roll your inner thighs in and up toward the ceiling. And exhale, release. And we'll do a floor bow. So kick your legs up and capture the outside of your ankles with your hands. And inhale, kick up. Once again, keeping your knees pretty close together, squeezing those thighs together. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, release. Flip on over to your back and set up for a bridge pose. Plant your feet firmly on the ground and press through your big toe ball mound as you inhale the front of your pelvis up to come up into bridge pose. Clasp your hands underneath your back and extend your knuckles towards your heels to open your heart up. And exhale, come on down, pressing through your heels on the way down. Let's do one more of those weight transfer bridges. So we're going to press through our toes on the way up and our heels on the way down. That'll help you use your quads and hams respectively. So press through those big toe ball mounds. And inhale, come on up. Extend your knees toward the wall in front of you. And pull your knuckles towards your heels. And then exhale, pressing through your heels. Release on down. We're a little shyer on time than I thought we'd be at this part of the practice. So let's just do one bridge. One wheel. We'll do one wheel and hold it for 10 breaths. If it looks like bridge, that's great too. So inhale, press on up to your wheel. Don't give it too much thought. Just stay here and breathe. And use your breath to smash through that resistance you might have to doing a wheel on a Monday night, or holding it for 10 breaths, or whatever. There's no growth without a little, oh fuck, I gotta do that, huh? About 5 more breaths. And release, come all the way down. Take a Supta Baddha Konasana with the soles of your feet together and knees wide. Place one hand on your heart and one on your belly. Release your feet up. Take a happy baby. We never want to rob you guys of a good happy baby, even if I did spend a little too long digging around in half moon or whatever. And release your feet and extend your heels on up to the ceiling. Place your hands behind your ears. Lift your head, neck, and shoulders off the ground. And inhale it up toward your left leg as you lower your right one down. Continue to press out through your feet to the lower one. Inhale and switch. Switch. Now we're doing one breath per switch. So switch, 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 switch. I'm going to stop saying that so I can do these too. Keep breathing. Keep pressing out through your feet. And raising the opposite elbow to the opposite knee as you switch. Use those low abs and work. Use for another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and one more to even them out. And then release. Rock, actually, let's do this instead of our pigeon. Let's take a figure 4 to stretch our hips. So cross your left ankle or right ankle over your left thigh. And this is good. And if you want a little bit more of a stretch, thread your hands between your leg and grab onto your left shin. And you can use the leverage there to pull your leg as much as you need to into your chest to get that stretch in your outer butt. This is also a great option whenever we do pigeon. If you're experiencing some knee problems or everything's just like pulling too much. You can also take your right hand and press out on your knee to open it up that way as well. And release, let's switch sides. So cross your left ankle over your right thigh and thread your hands through. Grasp your right shin and pull your left leg toward your body. And release. Roll on over and come onto your knees for a frog pose. Want to make sure we had adequate time for this guy today. So bring your knees wide on your mat. You can roll the ends of your mat up if you want more padding. And then make sure your shins are at right angles to your thighs and that your feet are at right angles to your shins. And then start to lean forward, pressing your hips back. And keep your thighs engaged, keep your low belly engaged. And if you're feeling a lot of sensation, that's you're doing it right. You need to feel more sensation, kick your knees wider or come down lower on your forearms or your belly or what have you. And breathe into it. This is another one of those poses that's very evocative of, oh my God, I want to leave, why do I do this, And it ends up feeling really, really good. It's really good for you to do the mental work of staying with this pose, even when you think that we should come out at 30 seconds ago. And there's a fly making the sword in your stomach because you're in the garage. Well, we got about 30 seconds to go. You guys are doing great. Not that I can hear you complaining over Zoom. It's a nice part about Zoom. And then if you have the space, go ahead and flop onto your tummy to come out of this. It's rarely graceful, at least in my own experience. And then come to a seat with your legs out in front of you. Move your Batinsky out of the way. And stretch your heels forward. Inhale your arms up with your belly in. And exhale to fold over your legs, stretching your heart long. Inhale the flat back, and then exhale, fold the rest of the way over, letting your head hang heavy. You need to bend your knees a bit, take pressure on your lower back. Whatever modifications you need to do to make this work for you, please do those. Inhale, roll up. And then come onto your back for an inversion. You either take waterfall, your hands on your butt and your feet in the air, or take a shoulder stand with your hands at your back, squeezing your elbows in, and bringing the front of your pelvis toward your chin and your tailbone up to the ceiling, just like you're in your mountain pose, but upside down. Reverse the perspective. Get those awesome brain juices flowing. The lymph fluid come on out of your legs and in your bod. All the good things. Getting a little upside down is really good for us. And if you're in shoulder stand, release your feet down to plow behind you. Your feet reach, press your toes into the ground, extend your tailbone up. And release your knees toward your ears for a dead man's pose. And with control, roll all the way down onto your back and set up for a final supine twist. Bring your right knee into your right armpit. Give her a squeeze, move her around. Then on an exhale, blow your air out, bring your leg across your body, and turn to look over your outstretched right arm. Inhale to extend, and exhale to deepen your twist, even in this relaxing, cooling down pose. And switch sides. Extend your right leg long, bring your left into your knee into your left armpit, give a squeeze, pull it around. And then exhale, bring your knee over to the right, and extend your left arm long and bring your gaze over your left hand. And release, come to center. Bring your knees in and raise your forehead up. Pull your whole body into a ball. Tense all your muscles up to do everything. Get the biggest squeeze and then release. Let everything go. Let your breathing go. Let the earth hold you up in a Shavasana here. Your eyes softly closed. And we'll all come out in a minute to finish up together. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Clench and unclench your fists. Roll out your wrists and ankles. Reach your arms overhead and point your toes for a big stretch. Roll on over to your right or left side, whichever one calls to you. Keeping your eyes softly closed, press on up to the seat. Bring your hands to heart center. Press your thumbs into your sternum and your sternum into your thumbs, sitting up tall. We'll close with a final Om. Take a big inhale, little Om. Inhale your thumbs up to your third eye center. The light in me sees and bows to the light in each one of you. Namaste. And happy Monday, everybody.